So I'm about 99% positive that I did not say anything about the Amazon affiliate links in the description box down below for this buck knife. So let's get into the video.
What's going on, guys? Chandler's Legacy Farm here. So today we're going to be talking about something that has been talked about over and over and over again here on YouTube, the Buck 110. So if you want to tune out now, that's up to you. There's been a million videos on the Buck 110 folding hunter. So we'll introduce the old guy first, okay? Every time I bring this thing out, I get a few comments on this sheath. It is a scout carry style. Wow, say that 3 times real fast. And scout carry style, and it is the quick draw sheath. So when you pull it out, it actually opens the knife for you. You poke this thing down in there. You see the blade being exposed. Then you're going to push this little button, fold it down, and shove it in, okay? Just like that, right? So then you're going to retrieve it, just like so. So this buck knife is the only 110 that I have had for quite some time now. I actually purchased it from a friend of mine at work for a little bit of nothing. Thank you very much. This is a 2-dot buck. I've got some notes over here. This is a 2-dot buck. So therefore, this thing was built anywhere between 1974 and 1980, okay? Well, I was born in 79. So there's a good possibility this thing is older than me, and I'm 46, I think. Yeah. So yeah, excuse me. So yeah, this buck knife has been around a long time. It has a few battle scars. It really does. But overall, it's in great shape. But this model of buck did not come with the 420 HC. This one actually came with the 440C, and it is in a satin finish. All right, you'll be able to see the little bit of the difference whenever I pull out my new one. So that's some of the history of this knife. It's a 2-dot satin finish, 440C steel. I don't know where this sheath came from. I don't know if someone purchased it, not long after they bought this thing. But I'm pretty sure that this thing has spent most of its life in this sheath. The way this sheath looks, the way it's conformed to the knife, yeah, this thing has spent the better part of those 40-something years, 50 years, probably riding inside of this sheath. This sheath is not new. It is old. It is worn. But it works. It's made out of good, thick, heavy leather. Don't know the manufacturer on it. It doesn't say anything. So this thing could have been a sheath that someone literally made. I do not know. But either way, it works fantastic. So I carry this knife on occasion. Not all the time, though. I don't want to lose it because I'm not going to find something like this very easily, okay? I'm just not. I might be able to find one of these, to replace, but if something was to happen to the sheath, I know it's not going to be replaced very easily. I know people make these. You can buy these type of sheaths on Amazon and other places, Etsy maybe even eBay. But like I said, pretty sure this one has rode for the better part of 40-something years, maybe 50 years in this sheath. So I don't want anything to happen to this. So, since I'm very picky with my old buck that I got for a little bit of nothing from a friend, since I'm very picky with this old knife, I was like, why not? $65. I know I should have bought one a long time ago, especially before COVID, because before COVID, these things were quite a bit cheaper. COVID really screwed up everything in the world. We all know this now. So, buck, leather sheath. I believe the sheath is made in Mexico. I will say that. I think they're made in Mexico, but it's a great sheath. It says buck on it right there. It's got 110 on it right here. Came with the knife, 65 bucks. Great sheath. Now, this snap, I did inside of this snap, right inside where the snap is, if you do not put something over that. A lot of people uses those little like felt pads, little stick-on pads. I didn't have one of those. So And the reason why you want to do that is to keep that from putting an imprint on your knife, okay? Because eventually this metal will wear into your knife and it'll actually make a little bit of an imprint on the knife. So in order to keep that from happening, I didn't have any felt. I just cut a piece of Gorilla Tape that would fit in there. You might be able to see that. You might be able to see the top of that Gorilla Tape. So I just put Gorilla Tape in there just to cushion it. It works for now. And whenever I purchased this knife, I was going to purchase one of those quickie thumb stud things because I'm used to this quick draw sheath, right? Well, I ended up not going that route. I'm not going to buy one of those. They're like 12 or 15 bucks. I don't know. Call me a cheap ass. I'm not going to buy it. So with this buck, I can pull it. I wear it on my left side. I can pull it out like this and then just kind of set it on top of the sheath after I pull it out. And all you got to do is give it one of those and then your knife is open. Okay. So that is my brand new. I have carried it for about a week, 2 weeks, a week and a half, something like that. But I have carried this thing, and I'm really, I always really did dig this one. So now that I have one that I'm not scared to use and actually carry, it's been pretty nice. It really has, guys. So very nice. I'm going to go ahead and unsheath this one so you guys can kind of see the difference here. I'm sure you will be able to see the difference in the blade. The blade, this one is the satin blade, and this one is your standard 420 HC steel. Instead of the 440C, this is 420 HC steel. All right. And this one does not have, this one is the blockier style that's a little heavier. You can see here the edges are more rounded everywhere around this thing. So therefore it does shave some weight. So this knife is actually just a little bit on the lighter side. This new one is not quite as heavy as this one. All right. A little lighter. What else can I say? Not a whole lot. I will say one thing. This old knife has got a pretty sharp spine. If I wanted to scratch fat wood and strike a fire steel with this, I could do it, okay? The spine is sharp. Out here on the clip, it's not sharp out on the clip of the blade, okay? On the new one, the clip is sharp. I could probably scratch fat wood, strike a fire steel with it, but the back of the spine is not real sharp. Where's my... I don't have my fire steel. It's way over there. But it, I don't know. I think it would still maybe strike the fire steel, but it probably wouldn't scratch fat wood very well. But these are pocket knives. They're not meant for bushcraft, but they are strong enough to hold up to light bushcraft fire making tasks, I'm sure. So that's what we're looking at. An old buck versus a brand new buck from Walmart. I just ordered this thing and it came to my house, and a lot of people are so picky on pocket knives. This one is not centered. It is not centered worth a damn. The swedge right here, this swedge, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Probably not. Let me open it. That swedge right there is off center, horrible. But this thing has got a needle-like precision point on it. And it did come very sharp, very sharp. I mean, sharp, guys. So, I mean, it's definitely sharper than my old one, and I try to keep my old one pretty sharp. I don't know, that old one's pretty sharp too. Let's see. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But the old knife, the new knife, that's what we got, guys. So I like it. I just do. Did you know, I mean, you probably do, you may know this, but you can go on Buck's website and you can build your own. You can build your own Buck 110 and a few other different flavors of their knives. It's worth going to look at. You can even get a Buck 110 with a MagnaCut blade on their website, and you can build it the way you want with wooden scales, different colors of wooden scales, different colors of G10 scales, and different types of micarta scales. You can get them with pins, without pins. I've already got two picked out, a Buck 119 and a Buck 110. It will probably be a long time before I get them, because both of those knives, to be built to the standards and specs that I want with MagnaCut, is going to cost me both of the knives, a 110 in Magna Cut and a 119 in Magna Cut, it's going to cost me about $370. All right, but they're going to be like family heirlooms. Okay, so yes, I'm probably going to spend that money. I don't know when. Right now, I'm kind of broke as shit. After Christmas, I don't know. I'm feeling the Christmas lull as far as the money goes, right, guys? So I don't know when I'm going to actually be able to purchase those two buck knives, but it will come eventually. Promise, eventually. But anyway, guys, this is awesome. A lot of people shits on buck. You know, they're 420 HC steel, this, that. Hey, man, I can put a screaming edge on this 420. I mean, and luckily I didn't have to with this one. This thing came screaming sharp right out of the box. Some people say that they'll get them and they'll have a little nick or burr here or there on the blade where they got to kind of hone it just a little bit. I've never saw that yet with any of my bucks. Every buck I've ever bought, ever purchased, has came to me screaming sharp. And it's not hard to resharpen these buck with the 420 HC steels. They hold their edge quite well for what they are. They hold their edge quite well for what they are, but yet they're easy to sharpen also when you do dull them down. I like the 420 HC steel that Buck uses with their, I think it's the Bosch heat treatment. The way they heat treat it, everything about this steel I like, because you can literally sharpen this shit with a rock, probably. I mean, I would say it doesn't take a whole lot to put a screaming edge back on a buck knife. And that's one thing that I really like about bucks. And you can make a, like I said, a screaming edge, not just sharpen it, make a serviceable edge. You can polish this and put a mirror polish on this 420 HC and it will scream sharpness. I'm just saying. Like I said, a lot of people shits on it, but a lot of people also probably do not know how to sharpen a knife, or they don't want to take the time to learn how to sharpen a knife, or they know how to sharpen a knife and they just don't want to freaking do it. One of those three categories, okay, is probably what they're falling into. But, and another thing, if you have a pocket knife, you know, like this, you can be pretty damn hard on it, but you still need to remember, you need to use this for cutting tasks, not prying. You know, it's not a fucking pry bar. It's just not. So that's what your fixed blades are for, right? Especially your full tang fixed blades. So anyway, I've been rocking this thing. I've been carrying this thing quite a bit, almost every day since I've gotten it, instead of a fixed blade, because this, I always carry my Leatherman Wave Plus. Okay, I am never going to carry a knife alongside my Wave Plus that has a smaller blade. That just is counterintuitive to me. If you're going to carry something other than your Wave Plus, or anything other than if you're going to carry two knives, one needs to be substantially stronger than the other one, in my opinion. One needs to be designated to actual real cutting tasks, okay? Just cutting tasks like this. I only use this for cutting tasks, not beating, prying, you know, acting like a wild man with it, okay? If I have to if I have to cut something that I really don't want to cut with this blade, I will use the serrated edge. And I'll just force this sumbitch through it, right? And if that doesn't work and I need something that's a little more substantial, little with a little more strength, that's whenever I can whip out this Buck 110, you know? And the beauty of this Buck 110 is, yeah, it's a little more expensive now than it used to be. It's $65. It's a little high, just saying. But I would rather break this and have to replace this than to have to replace this, because these damn things are like $130 freaking dollars now. So, just saying, you're always better off to have a knife that has a specific cutting task and then another knife that you can actually get a little rough with. And if you break it, it's not going to be that big a deal, because you can always go purchase another one. I don't want to buy one of these every month. I don't want a $65 bill, you know, every month going out of my pocket to buy a new Buck 110. Do not want to do that. But if I had to put enough pressure on something that I thought it might break, I'm going to use this because it has such a stronger lockup, okay? It's not a liner lock. You know, this has got your thumb lock on the back, and it's a lot stouter all the way around. It is a stronger blade than what this Leatherman would be. So, just saying, you know, that's the route I've always went. There's no use in carrying a pocket knife that is not stronger than this, okay? And there's no use in carrying a pocket knife that would be any weaker than this, because this is as weak as I want to go with a pocket knife, okay? With that little thin, you know, that little thin liner lock. I've never had one of these fail on me. Never, ever have I had one of these to fail on me yet, as far as the knife goes. But I also don't do dumb shit with the knife blade. If I'm going to do something that's a little dumb, that's when I'm going to use something that doesn't cost quite as much to replace, okay? And something that's a little more substantial that might actually hold up to the dumb shit that I'm about to do, okay? All right, guys. I don't know. That's it. I know I didn't show you guys anything, and probably didn't tell you guys anything that you already didn't know about Buck 110s. But that's my take on a Buck 110. I love it. Like I said, been rocking it right beside this thing, and it's been working out great. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Leatherman back in my pocket before I lose it, because I know me. All right, it's clipped right back on my pocket. All right, guys, that's it. Chandler's Legacy Farm. If you don't own one of these, just own one. Just buy one because of the nostalgia, all right? I'm just saying. They're awesome. They really are cool. They are an awesome old school pocket knife that has stood the test of time, that just works. And like I said, I am going to be procuring one of these in Magna Cut sometime soon, and a 119 in Magna Cut. But anyway, that's it, guys. I know I didn't tell you anything you didn't already know, but that's it. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Love you guys. We just keep growing all the time. We're out of here, and we will, if you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe. We will see ya.